Indonesians are very inventive, very creative.
In Germany, everything is so...
It's a lot more crazy there.
When people want to talk to you, they just want to sell things to you or scam you.
I think here it's superior.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're asking travelers in what ways Indonesia is superior to their own countries. Let's go. Where are you from?
I'm from Australia, Sydney. From Sydney, Australia.
What are you doing here in Malang? You are supposed to be in Bali.
I know. I was in Bali for about 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks. I with some friends. Then I'm coming through Java alone. I was in Banyuwangi for 2 days, and now I'm in Malang for 3 days.
Solo traveling.
Yeah, it's solo traveling.
Yes. What made you get out of Bali and explore Java?
I don't know. I think I just wanted to do something more exciting, adventurous that I know a lot of people haven't really done. Because most Australians just go to Bali.
Right.
That is fun, but there's not a lot to do that people haven't really seen much of. So just exploring more, seeing more things.
Germany, Berlin.
Berlin. What is Berlin known for?
I think the party scene there, techno. Then food-wise, probably the döner, which was invented by the Turkish people though. Döner, yeah, it's like a kebab.
What was the last food you ate here?
Today I had this soup with rice, this typical soup with beef, with very dark sauce.
Rawon.
Yes, rawon soup. Yeah.
How was it?
Great. I loved it. Delicious. It's great. I can only recommend to try it.
From Germany, close to Munich.
Here for holidays.
Yes,
Yeah.
for 1 month.
1 month.
Yes.
Is this your first time?
In Indonesia, no. We've been to Bali before.
What made you come back here this time?
I wanted to see more of Indonesia, not just Bali, to experience the culture a little better.
Same for me.
Yes. Eat good food, see the volcanoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What have you done so far?
We arrived in Jakarta and then went to Yogyakarta.
Do you guys move around city?
Yes,
Yes.
we travel by train and we try to see as much as possible.
As much as possible.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. No Bali this time? Or
No
And
Bali,
no
just
Bali.
just a
Yes.
stopover.
you made the right choice. What do you think about the weather here?
Well, it's quite good. I mean, I know it's the rainy season, but so far, fingers crossed, I've been lucky and I haven't had that much rain.
Yeah,
And also, I'm from the north of Spain, and there's a lot of rain there, so I'm not scared by a little bit of rain.
Yeah. It doesn't rain these days. It doesn't much rain.
Then that's good.
Is this your first time in Indonesia?
Well, I was actually here, I think 5 years ago, but I was only in Bali.
Okay.
So this time I wanted to see a bit more of the country and visit other islands.
Outside of Bali.
Exactly.
This is the question. What aspects of Indonesia you think seem to be superior to your country?
I think I really like the way all the mopeds, the way everyone gets around mopeds rather than driving. It's a lot easier, I think. I don't know, everyone's super friendly. I think even a lot of people here, so far as I seem to really speak English so much, but I'll smile, like nod at them, they'll say hello back. So everyone's very friendly. It's nice to see everyone.
The people are more friendly.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to say.
Because in Germany, everyone is kind of reserved. They are
Pretty distant.
Yeah. When you smile at someone, sometimes they smile back, sometimes not. But
Yeah.
here, when you say hello, everyone
Everyone's
is
waving and
is happy
smiling at
and,
you.
yeah.
Just the vibe is so much more positive, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Is this something you would like to see more back home?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
The people are not so serious.
Yes. Just seem to enjoying life a little more. In Germany, everything is so, yes. I don't know, yeah, more serious. You live to work.
Yes.
And here is more like, yeah, I don't know.
You live to live.
Yeah, you live to live.
Everyone before you said the same thing, the friendliness of the people.
Yeah.
I guess it must be true then.
Yes.
Yeah. In what way do people being friendly to you?
They started talking mostly. Since I'm a quite shy person, for me it's very hard to approach people. So usually they made the first step, they approached me, and then they kept on asking. And mostly somehow it felt so natural that at some point they just started to give me advice, and they even gave me sometimes their number in case if I have problems, which happened to me with two guys that were sitting on the plane next to me.
The young lady from Berlin spoke with great enthusiasm about the warmth of Indonesians. One may wonder, are Germans living in hardship, or do they just need to loosen up and take lesson from Indonesians?
The welcoming of the people, like people are very welcoming, and I think that's definitely something that we don't have that much, because we are a bit probably not so friendly with tourists, or probably very busy with our lives, so we don't pay that much attention to the people that come to visit us. Also, I think, well, of course, things like the weather or the nature, of course, here are very different, but that's just how places are. But I think that what makes a difference, and with something that we can change, is how we react and how we welcome the people.
And the plants are better here.
Plants.
we love
Yes.
plants.
More green.
Yeah, more green.
And more variety. In
Yeah.
Germany you have the same trees all over again.
Because of the climate, the humidity is
The weather
better
too.
for the plants. Yeah, the weather.
Do you think the weather affects the friendliness of the people?
Well,
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
That's a good thought.
Possible.
The sun, the vitamin
Yeah,
D.
people
Yes.
So in Germany,
Probably.
people in summer are way more polite.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, could be.
Way
They
more
are
open.
friendly,
Yes. Because we're out of our houses a lot more.
Yes.
And I don't know. Yeah, definitely we're friendly in summer.
Coming here from Germany, do you think you feel any change? The friendliness of the people influences you?
For sure, yeah, I'm smiling more often, and I'm also saying hello to people more often, which I never do in Berlin. But it's also such a big city. In Jakarta, it's also another vibe. There also people are less smiling and less friendly. I think so. I don't know if it will affect me long term, because if I would come back to Berlin and I would still be like that there, it would be weird and it would just not resonate, I'm sure, because Berlin, people, it's just everywhere. People are very stressed and they're hustling, and so I think this relaxation that I have now might fade, but so far, I don't know, I hope that I can keep it.
And I also like that everyone I meet in the streets and all the people are very nice, which I think it makes a real difference.
Okay. Compared to Spain?
Well, compared to Spain or compared to many other countries that I've traveled to. Because here, like in many countries, when people want to talk to you, they just want to sell things to you or scam you. So normally, as a Western traveler, when you come here, you are a bit like, you don't like that much when people come and talk to you, because you think, okay, what do they want? But actually here I found in a lot of places, people just want to talk to you and they want to know about you and give you recommendations, and it's not a bad thing. But in other countries that I've visited, of course, they want to take advantage of you when they come and talk to you.
That's nice to hear, man.
Yeah.
I've been to Vietnam with my parents, which was kind of similar in terms of friendliness.
It's also kind of similar in the terms of mopeds too, right? In Vietnam.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot more crazy there.
Yeah. So here less crazy. Than
Less crazy with the mopeds than Vietnam.
Even
yeah.
here.
Even here, yeah.
The friendliness and of the people and mopeds is more of a Southeast Asian thing.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Definitely Southeast Asian thing.
I heard a couple of times European mention that the train system here is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way better.
What do you think?
It's on time.
Yeah. We travel by train and it's perfect.
It's more reliable than in Germany,
Yes.
I'd say.
So in Germany you have a lot of you can't drive from small city to small city, so there's a lot of trains
Yes,
that
more
makes
complex
it
system of
complex, yes,
trains.
complicated. But when you want to travel from one big city to another, I think here it's superior. Yes,
That's true. But it's only limited to Java, and outside of Java you won't find any trains.
but it's great in Java.
Yes.
It's I think the best way to travel.
What I also heard from other travelers that I met, and also from people that spend more time here in Indonesia on different islands, a fact that I also share is that Indonesians are very inventive, very creative. For example, some people said they did a tour in the rice fields around Jogja. And the people there, they were watching people on the fields doing the harvest of the rice. The workers invented a thing put like an engine next to the thing with which they harvested the rice, an engine from a motorbike, and then did it much faster, for example. So they didn't do harvest just with their hands. For them to make life easier, they invented by themselves.
So invented
kind of a
in sense
machine.
of tools, the tools.
Yeah, and they just invent things that they have available. They create new things to make easy life or easier life, and that's really impressive.
Okay. It's nice to hear from Germans who are more inventive, I think. Yeah.
Only when it comes to cars, but now, not even now, because I think the situation in Germany is also not the best anymore, because now with climate change and everything, the typical engines that are invented in Germany, they produce a lot of emissions and waste, and they are less attractive nowadays to buy. So I think now the cars that are more popular are the ones made in Japan or China, with engines, with dual engines, you know, because they are just more environmental friendly. So I don't know how the future of German cars will look like.
Something I didn't know. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Our Diplomat channel.